Get up to speed with everything you need to know about the 2023 Japanese Grand Prix, which takes place over 53 laps of the 5.807km Suzuka International Racing Course on Sunday, September 24. The Japanese Grand Prix is hosted in Suzuka, a city on Ise Bay with a population of over 200,000. The circuit is located around 120 kilometers east of Osaka and roughly 75 kilometers southwest of Nagoya. The F1 Japanese Grand Prix this year might determine the championship, just like it did last year. Max Verstappen leads the Drivers' Championship standings by 153 points with 7 races left. If Sergio Perez doesn't finish at least 4 points behind Verstappen, Max will be proclaimed a triple world champion with 6 races left. It will be fascinating to observe, though, if Red Bull has lost some of their on-track performance as a result of the new technical rules, or if their issues at the Marina Bay circuit were merely an aberration. The Marina Bay circuit, a city circuit with several 90-degree turns, presents a very different challenge than the 3.6-mile-long Suzuka circuit. On the other hand, Suzuka is a traditional F1 track with a solid balance of high and low speed turns. Since C3 is the softest compound and C1 is the harshest, tyre manufacturer Pirelli chose the hardest combination of compounds for this weekend's Grand Prix. The high-speed nature of the circuit causes greater lateral stress on the tyres than the Singapore GP, despite the fact that tyre deterioration isn't that significant. Therefore, assuming it doesn't rain, most teams should participate in the traditional one-stop race, with the medium to hard course strategy being the most optimal one. Except the likes of Williams to fly straight up the order and compete for points in the middle of the pack, as the race returns to a classic track with several medium and high-speed bends. On the other hand, in a similar vein, someone like Aston Martin could be lamenting their missed chances at the Singapore GP, and given that their cars are not particularly suited to the layout of this track, they may find it challenging to get points this weekend. With their latest improvements, McLaren is there or thereabouts, even if they don't have the race pace to win a race on their own merits. But it remains to be seen if they can unseat either Mercedes or Ferrari. Mercedes, on the other side, had an almost flawless race in Singapore, coming within a few seconds of the elusive race victory. However, George Russell's error on the final lap meant that Mercedes finished the race with only 16 points. They are undoubtedly present with Ferrari to challenge the Red Bulls, given their past performance at this circuit and their recent improvements. Since returning from the summer break, Carlos Sainz has been dominant, and Ferrari surprised many by posting strong performances on 2 very different courses. As previously indicated, their new product is presented over entirely separate tracks and appears more effective. The smart money will be on Ferrari to push or possibly pull off another upset at one of Red Bull's strongholds on Saturday and Sunday. Red Bull were anticipated to struggle in Singapore, but failing to qualify for the 3rd round and coming in 5th and 8th places utterly surprised everyone. Red Bull's sliding rears during the Singapore GP race weekend raised the question: was it a one-time incident, or has a new technical mandate contributed to their declining performances and grip? Suzuka, a track known for its high speeds and tremendous amounts of downforce, will thus disclose a lot about the position of the Austrian team following the new rule. If they sweep the field and Max wins by a 20-second margin, all will be okay at Red Bull, and the Singapore Grand Prix can be attributed to a poor setup or the wrong development vision. If the issues remain, there is a more serious underlying problem that has to be addressed. One of Asia's first racing courses, the John Hugenholtz-designed Suzuka circuit, was constructed by Honda as a testing ground in 1962. It is renowned for having a difficult and unusual figure 8 configuration, where the rear straight crosses over the front portion via a flyover. Due to its difficult layout, Suzuka immediately became a favourite of both fans and drivers when it took over the Japanese Grand Prix from Fuji Speedway in 1987. Gerhard Berger, racing for Ferrari, took first place in the first race in 1987. Over the years, the circuit has hosted several races that decided championships. It's the course where contentious crashes between Ayrton Senna and Alain Prost occurred in 1989 and 1990. The Suzuka circuit in Japan is renowned for its distinctive and challenging design. Its most defining feature is its figure 8 layout, where the backstraight courses over the front section by means of an overpass. It's the only circuit on the Formula 1 calendar with such a configuration. The full circuit is 5.807 kilometers, 3.608 miles long, with a total of 18 corners, 10 right-hand turns, and 8 left-hand turns. Following the first 2 corners, a complex sequence of quick directional changes is named the S-curve. The Degner curve is a part of the track that requires excellent balance, downforce, and precision driving. This is a pair of tight corners that come immediately after a fast and flowing section. The first part of Degner is a quick flick to the right before a brief straight leads into a much tighter right-hand corner. It's a significant challenge and requires perfect line and timing. After a short straight, drivers come to a hairpin bend, the slowest point on the circuit. Overtaking can occur here as drivers outbrake one another. The spoon curve is along a double apex left-hand corner, leads onto the circuit's longest straight. Getting a good exit from the spoon curve is crucial as it can impact the driver's speed down the back straight and into 130R. Japanese auto fans are renowned for their passionate commitment and love of the hobby. Many ardent spectators in elaborate costumes who are proud to show their affection for Formula One and Japanese automotive culture attend the Japanese Grand Prix in Suzuka. The dynamic and energized crowd environment at Suzuka enhances the whole racing experience. Suzuka features automobile exhibitions and displays that highlight the greatest Japanese automotive engineering and design in addition to the Formula One event. These displays include a variety of automobiles, including cutting-edge prototypes and concept cars, as well as vintage Japanese sports cars. It's a special chance for fans to experience Japanese auto culture while attending the Grand Prix. Both as engine suppliers and full-fledged teams, many Japanese automakers are well represented in Formula One. For instance, Honda has a long history of involvement in Formula One and has provided engines to several teams. For Japanese spectators at the Suzuka race, this participation fosters a sense of belonging and pride in their country. Japanese auto lovers' passion for racing is stoked by the fact that Formula One and other motorsport competitions are hosted at Suzuka. As a platform for presenting the apex of automotive technology and performance, it encourages fans to get involved in motorsports on numerous levels, such as by visiting local races, taking part in track days, or performance tuning owned vehicles. Drivers have a lot of difficulty on the Suzuka circuit because of its unusual figure 8 layout and challenging turns. High-speed stretches, complex changes, and narrow hairpin corners must all be navigated while maintaining perfect car control, expert overtaking, and deft maneuvering. The track's complexity puts a strain on both the driver's skills and the performance of their vehicles, resulting in fierce refueling every lap. In Formula One racing, pit stops are essential and have a big influence on how the race turns out. Teams must carefully plan when to put for tyre changes and refueling at Suzuka, taking into account any elements including tyre wear, fuel load, and track position. Pit stops may influence the course of a race as teams try to use their advantages and gain positions over their rivals. Like any Formula One race, the events at Suzuka can be unpredictable. Factors such as variable weather conditions, safety car periods, or unexpected incidents can shake up the field and create opportunities for overtaking and strategic surprises. The element of unpredictability adds to the excitement and competitiveness of the races, keeping fans on the edge of their seats until the checkered flag. The Suzuka circuit provides several possibilities for overtaking, especially towards the conclusion of lengthy straightaways and into braking zones. For instance, the Casio Triangle chicane and the hairpin turn are places where drivers may perform risky overtakes. There are possibilities for drivers to outmaneuver their rivals through deft positioning and late braking on the track difficult and congested sectors. Suzuka races frequently have an impact on the championship, especially later in the season. Suzuka, one of the last events on the schedule, has the potential to be a turning point when teams and drivers compete for vital points to maintain their places in the championship standings. Because drivers are more eager to take chances and challenge themselves, the competition and intensity of the races increase. As the engines roar at the Suzuka circuit comes alive, the stage is set for a gripping battle. Who will conquer the challenging corners? Brace yourself for high-speed drama and heart-pounding moments at the Japanese GP and subscribe to our channel.